is Friday morning, day before our big farmers market day in Columbus. And as many of you know, things are operating differently at farmers markets this year. It's not a typical set up your tent and tables and put your produce on display for customers to walk up to your table and purchase items. Now, we do have one farmers market that is going to be starting tomorrow that will be operating that way with just a few restrictions in place, extra space between vendors, mask will be required, and only 2 customers per stand shopping at a time. We are looking forward to actually having a farmers market operating like normal. It's not going to be 100% normal, but pretty close. So the way that the rest of them will be working tomorrow is the way we've been doing it for the last 3 weeks, specifically Worthington and Clintonville farmers markets in Columbus. We have an online store where the customers will place their orders on our website, and then we print off that sheet at the end of the week and prepare all the orders, and that's what we're getting ready to do here in a minute, and I'll show you all that. We load all the orders up in our box trucks and take them to Columbus. The customers pull into the parking lot with their order number on a sheet of paper attached to their windshields. As they drive around the market, we see that order number coming. We pull that order from our inventory, our box truck that we have prepared ahead of time, and put it in their back seat or in their trunk. Here's the asparagus. It's all sold. There wasn't a lot this week. It was really cold, so it grew really slow. Normally we can sell 3 times that amount on a Saturday, but we're gonna have to get by with what we have. Harvests are still kind of small, but decent this week. These should all be sold this Saturday, and most of these, and then we've already started accumulating tomatoes for next week's sales. This is one of our produce trailers, our mobile produce trailers that we send to Marysville several times a week, and this Saturday will be the very first time this will be going out. So we're going to have all of our goods on there, as well as some southern produce to kind of supplement what we have available right now to be more eye appealing and draw more customers in. Around here in the rural areas like Bell Fountain and Marysville, I feel like people are ready to have a normal shopping experience. I mean, I see it in Kroger's and Walmart. It's no different than it was before. I mean, you see a few masks here and there, but not very many. So we feel it's time to get this trailer out so people can come up and purchase things like normal and not have to order online. So we're hoping that's going to be successful for us this Saturday. Freshly harvested asparagus. This is how we bundle asparagus.
0.5 long.
Half pound of asparagus, weighed out, put a rubber band around it, in the tub with water. We finally have an absolutely gorgeous day. It's going to be like high 70s today. We are preparing trucks for farmers markets tomorrow. Let's go take a look at the action. All right, we're rolling with all of our orders. We got our tomatoes by the pound. Grape tomatoes, ugly, scratch and dent, cosmetically challenged tomatoes, green tomatoes, asparagus. So this is an individual invoice for Clintonville. We stick the invoice in the bag, staple it to the bag handle, and hand it to one of the 6 pickers that go around to each table and fulfill the order in the bag. All right, so here we have 1 pallet ready to go. There's 8 orders in each green tub. So each pallet's going to have 8 tubs times 8 orders, 64 orders there. So it is May 22nd today, and we are ready to transplant. We're actually probably 4 or 5 days behind in getting everything transplanted into the field. So here is a truckload of cucumbers, a truckload of zucchini plants, and here we have all of our bell peppers and hot peppers, yellow squash, watermelons, field tomatoes, eggplant, cantaloupes. The red things over there are beets. More watermelons in the back. In the very back we have butternut and spaghetti squash. More watermelons back here. Everything is busting at the seams and ready to go, but we are on hold right now because of all the rain we've had. It's a muddy, sloppy mess out there. Hopefully we get 2 or 3 days of heat and sun like we have today, and we should be good to go. Well, here we go. It is market day. I'm driving down the road, just pulled out of the farm, heading to Worthington to set up the first stand, and then I'll make my way over to Clintonville, and then eventually over to Powell in Delaware County for their first day of farmers markets. So we'll see you in Columbus. All right, we are here at the Clintonville Farmers Market at the Ohio Historical Museum parking lot here in Columbus on I-71. We're just about set up and ready to go. Give you a quick tour of what it looks like here at the farmers market this year. So things are definitely done differently this year compared to normal years. All of our customers have pre-ordered online, and we prepared the orders yesterday in individual bags, which I showed you that footage already. So there's customer number 168. So when that car drives by, we'll grab this order and place it right in their trunk or back seat. So we have 30 some tubs of orders here prepared and ready to go. There's 8 orders in each tub. Clintonville is typically getting about 450 cars driving through this parking lot between 9 and 12. It gets pretty hectic at times, but it's going smoother and smoother each week. So right now the guys are just kind of organizing everything and making sure we're ready to go for when the cars start coming here shortly. This week we got about 235, 240 orders, so not bad because the order size is slightly larger per customer this year. So we're doing all right here at Clintonville. You can see everybody's lined up all the way around this giant parking lot, kind of in the shape of a horseshoe. This is the entrance right there. So cars will start filing in at 9 o'clock, make their way kind of wagon train style, kind of single file line of cars all the way around to the very end. And there's the last vendor in the blue tent. And this over here are the volunteers and the market managers, staff, all of them, to help keep things working smoothly. The reason they have so many staff members and volunteers, if a customer happens to pass their vendor and miss their order, the staff booth has a slew of runners, they're called. The runners will take the order number to the vendor, run across the parking lot, pick it up, and then run it back to the customer so they can be on their way. I'm here with Milo, one of the board members here at Clintonville Farmers Market, and he takes care of the runners that I was talking about a little bit ago that run back and forth to take care of the orders that get missed. Can you explain that process and how it works?
Yeah, so when folks go through the line and they get to the end and they find that there's something that they ordered that they didn't get, we have them pull off to the side, and someone goes up to their window, takes their order that they missed, and then we write out on a piece of paper with their order number and what vendor has that order, and someone runs and gets it and brings it back to them.
Okay, it seems to work out pretty good.
Yeah, it works out pretty well. We try and do it as quickly as possible so everyone has a nice, smooth experience.
Yeah, and it's definitely been a learning process for everybody because this is so different from the normal way a market runs. And I got to tell you, in my opinion, the market management and the volunteers are doing a fantastic job getting Clintonville to run smoothly.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Sure thing. So I'm here with another vendor here at the Clintonville Farmers Market who is also a fellow YouTuber, Milan, and can you tell us what you do?
I make music videos. I compose original music and I make freaky videos.
Awesome.
Yep.
I know Milan because he has been purchasing corn smut from us for years now. He loves corn smut. If you don't know what that is, that's just a disease of the kernels of corn. It kind of swells up to a fungus, kind of a grayish black fungus on the corn, and it's actually a delicacy in Mexico. And Milan, I imagine, has an awesome way to prepare it.
I love it. You saute onions, jalapenos, empizota. I think that's the word, right? Empizota. And then you throw in the mushrooms, and it's like a mushroom that fed on sweet corn all of its life. It's just unbelievably tasty.
Wow. That is something I have not tried. I'm definitely going to fix up some corn smut this summer. Hopefully we'll have some for you.
I hope so.
Thanks, Milan.
Thank you.
All right, the market has officially began. and cars are lined up. This is the beginning of the next 500 cars rolling through the market. So far, so good. We've only handed out a few orders. I'll show you the process here. So here's our order sheet with all of our order numbers. As the car comes up, they have an order sheet hanging out their window or taped to their windshield. All right, let's see the process in action here.
Tomatoes, 210.
210. So what that means is tub 2, order number 10. So Jocelyn's at tub 2, and that was order number 10.
You're double checking on the invoice too? Okay.
And then the customer drives off. It either goes in their front seat, back seat, or trunk, whatever they wish. All right, so I'm here at the Powell Market now. This is our stand right over here. We got the 2 green tents, and I'm surprised how busy it is. I didn't know what to expect because it's our first walk-up market, but the folks are coming out. We have safety guidelines in place. We have lines on the pavement every 6 feet. There are signs in every booth letting them know how many can come into each stand. So our stand's big enough that they are allowing 3 customers into our tent at one time. But you can see here, I'll give you a little shot of what the market looks like. There are people out and about enjoying the farmers market. This is one of the smaller markets we do. You know, it's not really crowded, but you know, it's good to be back at a regular walk-up style market and not just relying on online ordering alone. So pretty happy with what I'm seeing so far. All right, I'm here in Marysville, Ohio on busy Delaware Avenue at the 5 Points intersection right here behind the trailer. We have been coming here in this area to set up our produce stand for over a decade. We used to set up across the road at the Rite Aid parking lot, but now we are here at the parking lot of Ida's Italian Ice Cream, formerly known as Green's Auto Point. So this is our first Saturday back, like I mentioned earlier, and we don't have a lot of items yet. Tomatoes are our big item right now. Got a table full of beautiful homegrown tomatoes right from our greenhouses. Grape tomatoes on the trailer. And then the rest of it is just southern produce from Florida and Georgia, just so we have something to fill the trailer up and so it's not empty. We don't want to come here with just tomatoes. So we're hoping to have a cantaloupe and watermelon here in a week or two. We're not far off from getting some southern sweet corn and then eventually southern Ohio sweet corn here at the end of June. And of course strawberries. Everybody's waiting for strawberries. So it's only a matter of time before all this good stuff is ready. So today, working the trailer for me is Alan LaBelle. Been helping me out on Saturdays for quite some time. Alan, how's it been going today so far?
It's been going pretty well. We've been staying pretty busy and people are enjoying the produce and just getting back to enjoying farm fresh produce instead of going to the store. They always like to support local and always rave over the flavor of the produce and all that. They always come back for more, so.
Yep, I would agree with that statement. People are ready to get out and purchase food from somewhere besides the grocery store. And the people of Marysville have been great at supporting our farm stand here at the 5 Points intersection. So very happy to know that things are going well here today. Kind of a slow period right now. It was the perfect opportunity to film a little bit, but I'm gonna head home and get some farming done. We got some plants to set out in the raised beds today. It's finally dry enough to get some planting done, so maybe we'll see you guys out in the field. It's kind of quiet right now, but this space has just been fantastic for us over the years for selling produce. All right, I'm back at the farm. I figured I'd give you a quick look at the greenhouses. It's been a while since you've seen them. They're looking really nice. This is one of our second plantings of tomatoes. From this view over here, you can see just how loaded these things are with big green tomatoes. In about 2 weeks, we will be harvesting a lot of tomatoes out of this greenhouse. Now down here in this one, we've been picking in here for at least 3 weeks, maybe a month. Yeah, about 3 weeks, I'd say. You can see all the tomatoes. You know, a lot of them are just in the middle of turning right now because we pick them every other day. They've been doing really good. And these plants are long. I know it looks like they're only, 7.5 feet tall, but we have dropped them from the trellis, called the lean and lower method, with little hooks of string up there, probably 5 or 6 times. So these plants are already pushing, I would say 12 or 13 foot in length. And by the end of October, they will be about 25 feet long. Now they're still going to look like they're only 7 feet long because, as you can see down here, the stem gets wrapped around the post and keeps right on going. And here is planting number 3 of greenhouse tomatoes, and you can see they're just starting. So there might be some golf ball sized tomatoes in here. A little bigger, there's a golf ball size one. So, these are a good month off probably, but that's what we want. We want these things to be cranking out ripe tomatoes around July 4th. So when the other 2 greenhouses are kind of fizzling out a little bit, these will kick in right when we need them, when sweet corn season is kicking off for us in early to mid-July. And then once we pick through here for a couple weeks, we'll be ready for another flush of tomatoes, and that's when the outdoor tomatoes in August will kick in for us. Garlic is looking real nice. My brother Joel said this is one of the best garlic crops he's ever had. Out there behind the greenhouse, you can see the sugar snap peas. They are looking really nice. Probably we'll be harvesting those in late June. And finally, the grape tomatoes. These are getting really tall. They're almost up there to 8 foot in areas. But we have been picking a ton of grape tomatoes off of these plants. They are yielding really well. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up today. Trucks are going to start coming home from the farmers markets here soon. I'm ready to head out in the field and transplant some vegetable crops. It's finally dry enough to actually drive in the field. Still too wet to plant sweet corn and green beans, which we are getting behind on now, but at least we can get some vegetable plants set. I will take you guys back around to the farmers markets once we get up and rolling with all the good stuff that we grow. Sweet corn and melons and cucumbers and peppers and eggplants, and the list goes on and on. So once we get rolling with all that good stuff, I want to take you guys back there and get a little footage of what a busy farmer's market normally looks like. We got a lot of stuff happening around the farm this time of year. It's a busy, busy time. It's nice to finally get some warm, dry weather so we can get back in the fields and get things caught up. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.